Welcome to my next video tutorial. This is the first one in English and the first one captured on the HiQ desktop. The topic of today's video tutorial will be the tool Icon-O-Matic. With Icon-O-Matic you can draw and create nice little icons for your applications. It is more or less a competitor to the commercial product Wonderbrush you might already know. So let's start Icon-O-Matic. Normally you will find it when you click on the HiQ menu or the feather menu and then you go to applications and there it is, Icon-O-Matic. Here we see the default interface for this application. Icon-O-Matic is divided into many parts. The biggest part is the drawing area. Besides that is a toolbar area where you can add or edit different objects or options. On the top you can see the style object menu and the style options besides it. The left upper corner is the preview field where the different icon sizes will show up when you start drawing something. Let's start with an example and draw something. Therefore we have to create a shape first. We click on the shape and we want to create a shape with path and style. I will explain later what it is. Okay, now we can see this created a new style and a new path as well as a new shape. Under the properties section on the right you can see the currently available options for the selected object, our new shape. If the shape is selected you can see that the path and style are associated to it because of the crosses in front of the path and style. You want to start drawing something, mark the path by clicking on it. The first thing you notice is that the cross in front of path and style disappeared and that the mouse cursor has changed to a cross with a little plus symbol that indicates that you can now draw a new path. Let's draw something. Now we can see the straight line with these three squares. The biggest one nearly in the middle is the start point of the path. The other two squares are there for stretching or twisting the path. To demonstrate how this whole thing works, I will now draw a new path. You notice that the two paths get drawn and connected with each other. You also might notice that the drawn path looks like an 8. This is because I twisted the second path around the 180 degree. I also stretched the second path to get the drawing a little bit bigger. So now we want to create a real 8. Therefore we look in the properties and click on the closed option. Now the path is closed and we can see a nice black 8 on the screen. Now we want to create another path and we click on path and choose circle. A circle is nothing more than a predefined and saved example of different paths that are connected to each other to look like a circle. If you now click on our shape, the circle disappears and our 8 is marked as active and we can now twist or move the whole shape wherever we want. For the new circle path we want to create a new shape. We click on shape and add a new shape and assign the shape to our second path in the path list and the only style available. Now we can see the circle filled in black. To change the color we have to assign a new circle to the circle shape. We click on style add and choose our second shape to assign it to the new style. Now we resize the circle shape a little bit and move it in the middle of our 8. To change the color of our circle we now choose a color from the color palette. To create a color gradient, under style type we choose gradient and we drag and drop the color to the gradient. With the two arrows on the bottom of the gradient box we can choose the intensity of the gradient. If our icon is ready we can save or export it. If you click on export a dialog box will appear and there you can choose the file name and the file format. The default file format is a new HiQ vector image format. You can also save the file as a scalable vector graphics, so the already known SVG graphics, if you wish to. So these are the basic steps and options to draw and create new icons with Icon-O-Matic. You have learned how to work with different shapes and styles and paths and how to draw and save your work. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and see you on the next tutorial.